Waiting for the stream to start, setting it up live. As soon as it goes live, I'll go live. Want to welcome you guys to our quick overview. For those who I'm just getting the opportunity to meet, my name is Sean T. Hill. I am blessed to be I gotta mute this, getting a little feedback, but I am blessed to be a 5-star executive with a Cleveland company. And these guys are excited about sharing with you what we have our hands on. Before I get started, how's everyone doing?
Fantastic. Good.
Awesome. Good. Good to see you again, Ro. Good to see you, Ro. And guys, I'm not going to keep you long. It's always humbling to be the person that gets to share this information. About a little over 4 years ago, nobody was hopping on Zooms or YouTube or anything to see what I knew about money. As a matter of fact, when it came to the topic, I may have been one of the more negative people that you'd ever want to meet. But in all fairness to myself, can we agree sometimes brokenness does have a negative effect on your attitude?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Kind of hard to be all chipper when you're broke. And I was frustrated because although I did everything I was told to do, I found myself not where I wanted to be. You ever get to a point in your life where you feel like you should be a little bit further along than you are?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Graduated high school at 16, graduated college at 20, electrical engineering degrees. They told me that's where the wealth was. What they didn't tell me was there's a huge percentage of college grads that never get a job in the field that they study. You guys know anybody all degreed up, nowhere to go?
I do.
Yeah.
And so it was always check to check. And then I added 4 children to this. I don't know if you guys have children that get more expensive with every breath. I mean, we don't want them to stop breathing, but if they could just take shorter breaths, it'd be helpful, right? so now I'm check behind check. Then it got to a point where there was just so much month at the end of my money, it didn't make sense to work.
Right.
And I don't know if you ever got to the 13th of the month and wondered, Lord, how am I going to make it to the 30th? Now, don't raise your hand to that, but if you can relate, raise your eyebrows, because some y'all are reminiscing and it started to get scary on this thing. But they say you fool me once, shame on you. You fool me twice, shame on me. I went back to the same people. I said, well, that didn't work. What do I do now? They told me go back to school. Y'all know anybody been in school so long we forgot what they were studying?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was one of those professional students, and I finally got that master's in math education. I got even though I never met a wealthy teacher, my goal was to be wealthy. I never met a wealthy teacher, but at this point, I just needed some benefits for these kids, right? Got my second check as a high school math teacher because I didn't believe the first check, Bobby. I thought they made a mistake. I thought they were going to put the rest of my money on the second check. The second check came looking worse than the first one, and that was the last day I ever listened to anybody broke for wealth advice. Mm-hmm. And the reason being is I was just in a position where I only wanted 2 things to go right for me. And my best friend introduced me to Make Wealth Real. And the 2 things I wanted to go right for me were my lifestyle and my legacy. Because think about it, guys. How many of you guys would love it if all you did all day, every day was whatever you wanted to do with whoever you wanted to do it with, wherever you wanted to do it, and even why you wanted to do it?
I would love that.
And then when the rest of y'all just want to rock along for the rest of your life, or we just not going to talk? All right, so here's the thing. The other piece was I always wanted to be that picture on the mantelpiece and not that picture in the Bible that nobody could find. Mm. You know, one of my mentors blew my mind one day. He asked me, did I know my great-great-great-great-grandfather? And I said, I can't really tell you anything about him. And he asked me, you want to know why? I said, how you know why? You don't know him either. He said he didn't leave you anything. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I was too young to understand. He wasn't just talking about money. He didn't leave me legacy. He didn't leave me a system. I didn't even know how to accumulate wealth as a result of him living. And that's the opposite of what I wanted. And so when they told me that MWR was where lifestyle and legacy connected, I got excited. Now, here's the thing. We have what's called a lifestyle and legacy membership. How many of you guys have ever heard this say a membership has its privileges?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, this membership has more privileges than I can even share with you in this short period of time. So I'm going to be brief, but here's what's exciting. There's some things that you have to have if you're ever going to get wealthy. Do you guys want to know what they are?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you the first wealth secret. You got to have experts. You got to have experts. We have experts prepare our food. We have ladies have experts doing their hair. Even those of us that have hair don't. We still go to an expert to make sure it's tight. and so here's the thing. We have experts working on our car. I mean, I know people that can work on cars that get experts to work on their car in the areas where they don't have expertise, but we don't get experts to work on the thing that pays for all of it.
Ain't that something?
Meanwhile, wealthy people always have experts. Here's the key, though. They have them even before they got wealthy. That's how they got wealthy. They weren't out playing with their money. Second thing you need that, and now, so you know, our experts, their whole focus is to keep more of the money you make in your pocket, make your money work for you, because they told me that's not a dollar, son. That's an employee. He's supposed to go work and come back with some more of him. And then they're going to show us how to protect our income and assets. Now, I don't want you to feel like it's a couple of people sitting in an office working for thousands of people. No, we have 9 companies or more that have been in business for decades, taking people from tragic to magic, helping people go from rich to wealthy, and they're all under one umbrella working on our finances. So imagine you took your car to the garage and 9 different companies came to work on your car for the same price that one mechanic would have done it. Would that be cool for your car?
Absolutely.
Having the best in tires, the best in engines, the best in upholstery, the best in detailing, all working on your one car. How many of you guys would love that type of pampering on your car?
Absolutely.
Well, so imagine how much more excited it is to have this level of pampering on our money. Now that membership portal is confidential and professional. I've never seen anything that Jaletta or Vicky have uploaded. I have no idea what their financial situation is. And guess what? I don't want to know. Y'all want to know why? You repeat after me. This is going to feel so good when you do it. I am not the expert.
I am not
the expert.
Now, you need to say it as if, you know, that aggravating cousin that always be asking you those weird questions? Say it with that type of attitude, like you answering now. I am not the expert.
I am not
the expert.
That's the number one reason I got started in this business after a 5-minute conversation. Once I understood that I didn't have to collect anything and I didn't have to be anybody's expert, and all I did was refer people to experts, I got excited because I knew everybody needed experts. Now here's what's exciting for you. When you do this, now you have a team of financial experts, first of all, working on some legacy strategies for you. You do a consultation. They take a look at your finances and they teach you how to put your money to work for you. And so here's the thing. Now you have a team of experts teaching you wealth. Their whole focus is to help you multiply and protect your money and assets. They started talking to me about self-banking strategies. They started talking about the diversified cash flow account and the private reserve account. Now, the only thing I knew was my bank account. And I'm not going to tell you guys my bank's name, but I heard they chase people to sign them up. And when I called them to find out what kind of return I was getting on my money, they said 0.01%. Don't look at me crazy. I bet when you call your bank to find out what you looking at in terms of a return, they're going to say something that rhymes with 0.01%. It's an industry standard. And so you mean to tell me if we take $10,000 of our hard-earned money and we just sit it there for a year, when we come back, we're going to have $1? That's my math degree kicking in, Vicky. 10,000 times 0.01% is $1. But think about all of those super smart people that care about us. They loved us, that told us to put our money. You better not put that money under the mattress. My money's better under the mattress.
You're right.
Ain't no bank fees under my mattress. But you put that same money in a private reserve account. You put that same money in a diversified cash flow account, and you can see anywhere from 4 to 18% returns on your money.
Amazing.
How many guys agree that's better?
That is amazing. Yes.
And so now you got tax and risk-free savings strategies. So why have a checking in a savings account when you can put it in a diversified cash flow and a private reserve account? Then they told me about land banking. We have land outside of LA. And when that land comes alive, you're in on the deal. Now, what's significant about that is in 2028, 2029, the next Olympics is in Los Angeles. This land is in Antelope Valley, California. You can look it up. They call it Green Energy Valley. Warren Buffett has a whole bus line there, Green Energy bus line there. I visited it. I don't show pictures anymore because that was like 5 years ago. I look different. Asset accumulation is now happening. Then with precious metals. Now, here's what's exciting, guys. Y'all know what was here on this earth before Jesus? Land and silver and gold.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the things that we're investing our money in. So as the dollar goes down, y'all know the dollar is worth 4 cents now, right? Or less. Silver and gold are continuing to rise. And so here's the thing. Now we're putting our money in a space in precious metals that's second to none. I'm going to tell you something about that in a second. That'll blow your mind if you stick around. But then, if that wasn't enough, they're showing us how to shelter our money in trusts. Anybody ever heard of the term trust fund, baby?
Yep.
Anybody know someone that has one? Well, we do. We know a lot of people that have them because we actually set up our trust and have all of the right paperwork for a fraction of the cost. I have wealthy friends that have spent 3% of their wealth just to get the same paperwork we get for $2,500.
Yes.
And so that's easy to share. And so, guys, now you have income and asset protection. But let me show you what it looks like when you actually are focused on living and leaving a legacy. Our precious metals platform, I can tell you this now because it's official. In about 90 days or so, we're already partnered with, and we're just finishing up now the depository, the only privately held, Black-owned, veteran-owned, privately held precious metals depository in the world. And we have an exclusive partnership. Now, they're gonna let some of their friends get in on the deal for a while. But then after a very short period of time, the only way you're going to be able to participate is MWR. And what's exciting about that is they took a look at us and understood what we stood for and decided they wanted to partner with us. Now, here's the thing. You got to have an active MWR Lifestyle and Legacy membership to participate. But now here's the thing. You can earn and buy precious metals if you're one of our business partners. If you're simply a customer, you can buy precious metals. A licensed, insured depository is where those metals will be stored and secured. Now, here's the thing I'm excited about. We have an asset management company that's over 115 years old. And when we asked them to do our asset management, when they looked at our company, they decided to partner with us. We don't just want to do your asset management. We want to partner with you. And so they handle our precious metal contracts and our management and our tracking. And then we all get to participate in the monthly returns that come from the contracts that they signed up. So we don't have to shop for or ask for any of this stuff. Now, if you're like me, I'm going to actually put that money right back in and put in precious metals in the depository and keep the cycle going. Let me show you why. Let's just say you started an account with about $3,000 a month in precious metals earnings. I'll show you how to earn it, but you might want to just do it with your own money. That's fine. You can actually, we have a way that you can earn it as well, and they'll put it in there for you. We're going to base it. Now, the contracts can be anywhere from 1% to 5%. So we'll split the difference. We'll base this on a 3% lease contract, 3% return on investment per month, because that's how the contracts are set up. And so, in a starting balance of $36,000. So after you put $3,000 a month worth of precious metals in there, at the end of a year, that's $36,000. You clocking?
I got it.
And so here's the thing. Prior year total, 3% ROI, annual interest earned. Watch this. Year two, you start the year with $36,000. At 3% ROI per month, it's generating $1,080 every 30 days. So at the end of the year, that's $12,960 annual interest earned.
Amazing.
You're still putting $3,000 in every month, so that's another $36,000 that second year. At the end of that year, you have $84,960 worth of precious metals in your account. Now watch this. That means year three, you start with $84,960 in precious metals. At 3% return on investment every month, that's $2,548.80 a month. That's $30,585.60 by the end of that year. You're still doing your $3,000 a month. So that's another $36,000 on top. That's $115,545.60. Guys, somebody taught me a long time ago, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Is this making sense so far?
Absolutely.
I won't keep yelling these numbers out because if you didn't believe the first set of numbers, year 6 doesn't even make sense to you. But it made sense to me. Now, I got really excited when they told me that this was starting soon. And so it gives us an opportunity to get prepared for it. Now, here's what I'm saying. Now, you got everything you need. But here's what my issue was. Where am I find $3,000 a month? Now, here's what I want you to understand about $3,000 a month. Most people have it or can get to it. It's just most of the time, the government has it, the banks have it, and big business is taking it in inflation and holidays. What do I mean by that? Well, the government's tax everything, and then they tax the tax after they tax the tax. And then when we die and leave stuff to our kids, they tax what we left to our kids, then they tax our kids. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Second thief is banks. When we put our money in the banks, not only do they take our money and flip it 10 times, they call it arbitrage. I call it flipping our money in the street.
Mm-hmm.
But then they charge us a higher interest rate to borrow our own money than they were already making flipping our money.
They sure do.
And then big business has a holiday every 30 days for whatever money you got left. Meanwhile, driving the price of the dollar down, they call it inflation. And so if we know that there's strategies in place to take all of the money out of our pockets, shouldn't we get some experts to put some money back into our pockets with better strategies?
Yes, sir.
And so what you do is you go to your membership portal and you take advantage of our lifestyle strategies. You input the debt that you can pay off, the balance, the minimum monthly payment and the interest rate. They're going to give you a plan to get out of debt faster than most people would on their own. They're going to give you your debt-free date. Can we agree debt-free is the new free?
Yes, it is.
And then they're going to show you how to get to your millionaire date. Now, I know we've all made $1 million in our lifetime. Anybody want it all at the same time?
Yes, I do.
With some interest. How about you, Bobby? Would that be cool?
Yeah.
How about you, Ro? Would that be all right?
Definitely.
And so here's the thing. I didn't want y'all were wearing poor Gilletta out. Y'all just letting her answer all the questions. And so
I'm learning, so I'm good.
Get you some help. And then when you upload your last 2 pay stubs, for those of us that are working, last 2 pay stubs, last year's tax return, they're going to give you an adjusted W-4. See, most people overpay their taxes. They overpay taxes because we don't fill out the W-4 correctly. And so we tell them to overcharge us. You take this adjusted W-4 and you give it to whoever's taking the tax out of your money. You may see your federal income tax go down and your paycheck go up. First person I shared this with got a $730 raise. She's a school teacher in Charlotte, North Carolina, got a $730 monthly raise. She was happy and mad at the same time. She was happy because she got a $730 pay raise. She was upset because she'd been overpaying for 25 years. Do you think she ever got 730 times 12 in a tax refund?
No.
And never will. But now she just gets her money because it's her. Everybody repeat after me. It's my money.
It's my money.
Damn.
See, that's the part everybody start getting upset about. This is your money we're talking about. And so here's the thing. Upload your bills and your healthcare costs. They'll actually call and negotiate your bills lower. Upload your most recent credit reports. They'll challenge everything on the report. They'll send you letters to challenge the rest to restore your 850. Everybody aware you're supposed to have an 850, yes?
Yep.
Does everybody know how to keep an 850? Me either. and every time we feel like we figured it out, they change the rules again. So to have experts that know the rules as soon as they change and can actually go to bat for you. And the thing I want you guys to understand is we do this stuff once and they go to bat for us month after month after month. And for those of you who are renting, they can actually show our experts to show you how to turn your renting into home ownership. And so we also have $150 in rewards dollars for those of you that like to shop online. There's just so many things, but on average, we help our average member save about $2,000 a month. I told you I was going to help you. For those of you that were like me, that need to solve that, how I'm going to get that $3,000 to invest in this thing. Well, you probably get $2,000 of your own money. How many guys would like that?
Love that.
I mean, to keep an extra $24,000 a year of your own money is exciting. And here's what I got most excited about. It's only $149.97 a month. So for less than the price of a good date night, right, guys? There's no contracts. There's no setup fees. You and your spouse are included. So y'all don't have to fight over who gets to use it. Y'all can both upload your stuff. And the experts do all the work. You get all the results. And if for whatever reason we can't help you put more money in your pocket than that $150, you get a full refund on your $150 because it wasn't about your little rinky-dink $150. That's not how this company is making wealth real. This company's making wealth real because we've been blessing people to get to the other side of money. Now, I figured if I got to the other side of money and I didn't like it, I could always go back to being broke.
No, that's right.
Let me ask you guys an honest question, just a straightforward question. How many of you guys would actually share this with someone?
I would.
Would you guys share this with someone you care about? Well, now, if you share with enough people and 3 people use the membership, your membership is free. Told you they didn't care about the 150. Think about it. 300 million people in the country. I think 150 million of them are adults. Think you might be able to find 3 people that think this is a great idea?
Yes.
Before you get off the internet tonight, you probably will. And so here's the thing. They put us in a position to get a full diagnostic on our finances continuously every 30 days for free if you want to. But then what took it to the next level for me, because I was like, okay, now that I'm seeing more of my money back in my pocket, how do I make more money? They said I could actually start this as a business. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick break of 2 seconds just for anybody who does not want to make money outside of what they currently do. Okay, so since nobody left, right? Understand, MWR, Make Wealth Real, is the perfect business. Where else can you get paid daily while someone else does all of the work for not only for you on your finances, but for everyone you refer? All you have to do is become what we call a lifestyle and legacy coach. The total startup cost is $249.97. And all that is there's a one-time $100 business setup fee. Now, this thing about this $100 is amazing. First of all, if you ever try to start a business, you already know $100 is nothing to start a business. But do you guys know when you start a home-based business, you get up to 475 tax breaks? But if I don't, I might get 9. Which one sounds better? Your 475 or mine maybe 9?
475 all day.
Because now what happens is bills become expenses, and now expenses can become deductions. Anybody want the government to pay for your lifestyle?
Yes.
And then the rest of it is just the $149.97 for the membership that we were going to get anyway. And so now we're in a position where we have a team of experts helping us keep growing, protect our money and assets. We have leverage. What's leverage? Well, everybody look at the person that invited you. What are they doing right now? Yeah, nothing. I even had to bring my own water. And so here's the thing. Can you do what they did? All we do is invite people to the Zooms in the living room. We send them video. We let other people share what it is we have our hands on. And if they decide to do it, we can get paid. Do you like that?
Love it.
I had a feeling you would. And so not only do we get paid unlimited daily pay, but we also earn industry-leading residual income. Guys, I've never been paid daily in my life. Even the people that said, if you clean up your room, we'll give you some money every day, they missed a lot of payments. And so here's the thing. We're in a position where we get to unlock, one day award-winning revenue sharing plan. Let me show you what it looks like really quickly. All you have to do to unlock it is find 3 people that want to be your business partner and 1 customer. It says 2, but you can be the other one. And so 3 business partners and 2 customers, and now you start earning $5, what we call luxury residual. Guys, I did that my first day. I got a text message the second day that said I earned $5. You would have thought I hit the lottery. I tell you why. $5 a day for 30 days is $150.
It is.
The membership was $149.97. Any business that pays for itself stays in business. That makes sense?
Yes.
Then they said, if me and my 3 business partners continue to share enough where there's 12 people, other business partners or customers, they'll pay $20 a day. I got excited. We did that in 4 days. Guys, if a $20 bill was outside by your car on the way to the car, would you been down to pick it up?
Yes.
If the wind blew it, would you chase it a little bit? And so here's the thing. An extra $600 a month is like having a relative move into your home and start paying bills without moving in. Anybody need some family like that?
I do.
Anybody looking at some family right now like, Don't throw them out just yet. We might be able to make them useful. But here's what I realized about this little $600 a month. I don't have any friends bragging about a $7,000 pay raise they got last year.
Nope.
But in 4 or 5 days, we were able to actually get a $7,300 annual pay raise. They said you grow that to 36 memberships, and we'll start paying you $50 a day. Guys, that's $1,500 a month. Imagine driving to work tomorrow knowing your rent or your mortgage is already paid.
That part.
Or that you added an extra $18,000 to your personal economy this year. For just a handful of people, knowing a handful of people who want to fix their finances. Now, guys, I'm not going to belabor it. It can grow to $15,000 a day. I'm not even going to ask you what $5 million a year would do for you. But then we have other bonuses in place. Guys, we have bonuses that pay out for everything I just said, where not only can you earn multiples of $300 a week in extra bonuses, but also legacy bonuses. Now, what's significant about these legacy bonuses is in a few months, you're going to be able to choose whether or not you want the bonus in money or precious metals deposited into that depository towards that $3,000. All right. And so, guys, if you do it fast, they'll pay you fast. If you do it slow, they'll pay you steady. But, guys, everybody is getting paid because the experts are doing the work. And so you can earn an extra $1,500 just by doing those first 3 things I said in less than 90 days. And so with that being said, understand up front, we're not on trial. We're not on trial, guys. Our member results speak for themselves. We already have millionaire residual income earners, and we have thousands more who are getting paid daily, and they're saving more money, and they're earning interest instead of paying it, and they're buying and building their dream homes, and they're driving their dream cars, and they're living their dream lifestyles, and they're leaving legacies for their family. Everyone wins with MWR. Only one missing is you. And so before we end it out, close it out. Vicky, can you do us a favor and just share what the experts have been able to do with you so far, for you so far? Vicky? Paige and Vicky.
Talking, she's in parentheses.
Yeah. Try to unmute.
Okay.
Okay.
So I was able to save money on bills, and as well about $200 a month on bills, as well as putting about $6,000 back in my pocket monthly.
Nice. I love it. Gilletta, would you like to share what the experts have been able to do for you?
I'd love to, but first, before I do that, just thank you, Dr. Hill, because I learned so much from you, and I learned something new tonight. I'm so excited with this presentation. So just thank you.
Yeah.
But when I started MWR, I was working part-time. I was a transplant patient. Didn't think I'd own a home, didn't think I'd ever get out of debt. And the first thing they did for me when you called me was they got me back $131 per paycheck, my check, and I was working part-time. So the government was taking $262 from me as a part-time worker on disability.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
They immediately went to work on my credit score. They went to work, showed me how to work on my debt with the money I was earning from here and the money I was saving. I was able to pay off some debt. The experts worked with me. My debt to income ratio started looking really, really good. My credit score went up, and I was able to buy my first home.
Awesome.
And I put that mortgage in the debt eliminator. They're going to save me over $73,000 just in interest on my home. That doesn't include the money they've saved me on bills. That doesn't include the 475 tax breaks, because I don't have to wait for April 15. My tax has already been filed, because those tax breaks are freaking amazing. Never have I gotten back taxes, gotten back my money for the people that stole it. And that's what I love about it. And that's just a few of the things they've done. And with the precious metals and all the other things that have been added on, and what you showed me tonight with that breakdown of that $3,000 and that interest, man, it's nothing like it in the world. And when you gave me that call, you changed my life, and I'll forever be grateful. And my grandkids, whenever I may have them, are going to be grateful to you. You might have them pitch on my mantle.
Well, you tell my nephew to take his time, and I appreciate.
Oh yeah, he take it. We
Hey guys, if you're on Facebook, you can go to MWR Financial Testimonials, and you can read for the next 6 years how we bless people just this last 6 months, and we just continue to bless people. But with that being said, we teach you and train you step by step and word for word how to do it. I actually have a 2-day event coming up this weekend in Charlotte, North Carolina. As a matter of fact, we're kicking it off with an overview similar to this. We're doing networking at 9 a.m. We're actually doing an overview at 10 a.m. And you put them in the room, we will start putting them in your business. But guys, this business is simple. You just have to make a simple decision. The choice is yours. Do you want some of the money or all of the money? Some of the money, you want the membership only. Great decision. $149.97 a month. 9 companies or more working on your finances. And there's something coming up next, just literally in a few days that I can't even tell you about. But okay. And then business owners and membership is all of the money. $249.97. I don't have long $250 conversations. My mentor said, deciding on whether or not you want to do business is this simple. This is how you evaluate business. If this does not work, what do I stand to lose? Most of us are going to blow y'all got $249 waiting in the Amazon cart right now. But if it does work, and more importantly, they help make wealth real for me, what do I stand to gain? Guys, in 86 days, I looked at what I was earning from MWR and what I was earning from the DeKalb County Board of Education, and they were the exact same. Since February the 3rd, 2021, I have been unemployed, unemployable, and mentally unfit to work for other people. Made $250,000, and I'm not saying any of this to impress you, just to impress upon you. What if I'd have tried to hold on to my little $250 and my $150 a month? I'd be grading papers right now, man, that I missed out. And so don't be part of the coulda, shoulda, woulda, folks. If not this, then what? If not now, then when? If not you, then who? Like, who's going to step into your family and change the financial trajectory of your family for generations to come? I'll close with this. If you haven't met them by now, it's probably that awesome person in your mirror or your selfie waiting for you to get off your assets and change your mindset so your family can be set. So was that worth your time?
Yes, it was. Thank you.
Excellent. Get with the person that invited you. Let them know whether or not you want some or all of the money. And I look forward to seeing you not only on the beaches of the world, but I used to say at the bank, but guess what? We'll be our own banks. God bless you. Have an amazing evening.
Thank you, Dr. Hill.
Thank you.